Now I will tell you about the story of the Zamzam. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan, one day, Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, woke up and asked his wife Hajara to get her son and prepare for a long journey. At that time, Ismail, peace be upon him, was only a cute little babe. After a long walk, they reached a desert next to As-Safa and Al-Marwa mountain. That valley had no fruit, no food, and no water. The valley had no sign of life. Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, left them alone with a small amount of food and water, which was hardly enough for 2 days. Hajar asked him why he was leaving them in the desert area. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, did not answer her. She asked him if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded him to do so, and the Prophet replied yes. Then his great wife realized that they were not alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be there with them. Hajra went on nursing Ismail and drinking from the water until it was finished. She became very thirsty and the child was crying. She left him on Al-Marwa hill and hurried to the nearest hill, As-Safa. She stood there and started to look at the valley so that she might see somebody, but she could not see anyone. She was running back to Al-Marwa hill and she stood and started to look, but she couldn't see anybody at all. She kept on running between As-Safa and Al-Marwa mountain 7 times. When she reached Al-Marwa for the last time, she was very tired and she sat next to the baby. Then she heard a voice. She stood up and asked help. She saw an angel digging the earth until water flowed. She built a little basin around it. She scooped the water with her hands and drank, and filled her water bag and nursed her baby. The place from which water flowed was the Zamzam. When Ismail, peace be upon him, was a little boy, one night Ibrahim, peace be upon him, saw a dream to sacrifice his son Ismail. The next night, Allah showed him the same dream. He became ready to fulfill Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's order, even though he loved his son dearly. Ibrahim alayhi salam came to Ismail, peace be upon him, and told him about the dream. He asked his son's opinion. Ismail, peace be upon him, advised his father to fulfill Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's order, and he would show his patience. On the way, Ibrahim, peace be upon him, took a knife and passed a place called Mina. The devil, Shaitan, came to them and tried to convince them not to fulfill Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's order. They both chased the Shaitan away, turned their backs on him, and did not listen. When they had reached Mount Arafat, Prophet Ibrahim had laid his son Ismail, peace be upon him, on his forehead while he was on the ground. He then took the knife and was ready to sacrifice his son. At that moment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called out to him, "Oh, Ibrahim, you have fulfilled the vision." Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered his beloved Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, to sacrifice an animal instead of his son Ismail, peace be upon him. Time arrived to build the Kaaba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, to build a house to worship him. Prophet Ibrahim went with his son Prophet Ismail, peace be upon him, to get help to build the Kaaba. Then they raised the foundations of the Kaaba. The foundation stone for the Kaaba came from the heaven. It is found today in the corner of the Kaaba, known as the Black Stone. Ismail, peace be upon him, brought the stones, while Ibrahim, peace be upon him, built it. And when the walls became very high, Ismail brought a stone and put it for his father Ibrahim, peace be upon him, who stood over it. The name of the stone was called Maqam Ibrahim. Finally, they finished the building. Then they both prayed to their Lord to accept their service.